Welcome replay viewers, and good morning everybody, and good morning to this beautiful July 16th morning here on Eastern Long Island, New York. And let's take a quick look at our purple martin colonies, see how everybody's doing here. Plenty of babies in these nest cavities. And we've fledged a few families already, and I'm looking to see if there's any chance of any more making their first flights today. Absolutely gorgeous day today. The temperature right now is in the mid-70s Fahrenheit with a north wind, so dry air today. No excessive humidity thus far. Let's see if we can see any action here. Well, we see the parent birds landing on the porches to bring in insects into their little ones inside the cavities. Let's just zoom in a little bit. They're waiting for me to back off a few feet, so then they'll go in. There's a female sitting on the porch of the lowest level in the house you see right in front of us. She has a moth in her beak, and there's another one waiting on the porch of the gourd there to the right, waiting to go in. And what I want to try to get, if I can get zoom in enough, is to see the little heads peeking out of the openings. There's a feeding going on right now on the gourd to the left. See, the parent bird is reaching in through the opening of the gourd and feeding those little beaks. Here comes another feeding flight there. All right, that tells me these are second-year parents, second-year birds, their first nesting season, because both the male and the female have the second-year coloring, as opposed to this bird that's up on the perch out on the left there. He's a mature male with the all purple color. So they molt to that their second winter in Brazil. So these two down here who are doing relay feeding are second year birds. All right, let me get out of the way. I'll step back a little bit and we'll let them get in and do their feeding. We'll just pan around the area here, show you what's going on. There's a golden crested cormorant out on the end of the dock, waiting to dive for fishing. Let me see if I can zoom in on him a little bit. He'll patiently wait there. When he sees a school of killies or something like that swimming by, he'll dive into the water. They'll swim 100 feet or more underwater chasing fish, and they'll grab one in their beak and back to the surface and back up to the dock to enjoy his meal. Let's see how the birds are doing over on this side of the yard, these two complexes. There was one of the mass takeoffs for feeding purposes. Half a dozen to a dozen of them take off at one time. Morning, thanks for joining. So we have a lot of activity at this house, which tells me that we're getting set to fledge another family, another group of young birds. Of course, the colony gets excited with this. All the bachelor birds get involved. Now let me see if I can spot any ones that maybe made their first flight today. I can tell by the stubby tails. The babies, or the newbies, have stubby tails as opposed to the adult birds, which have a longer forked tail. Let's see if we spot any up here. Yeah, these two right here. Let me zoom in on that a little bit. If I can get my camera steady. Hold on, folks. Yeah, there were two of them, but the one that's right on the end of the perch right there in the center of the picture, well, the other one returned now. Those are definitely babies because the tails are like clipped or stubby tails. And also on the other side. So perhaps we did fledge a new family today. Good. And by that I mean 4 to 6 new babies came out of the nest for the first time today. As you can hear, plenty of activity, plenty of excitement in the colonies here. Quite a few birds. Yeah, definitely newbies on both of these houses. So we're into the heart of the season right now anyway, July 16th, so we should be fledging families almost on a daily basis today between now and August 1st, the next 2 weeks. Just going to pan around slowly here, show you a little bit of the area. See the wind. I'm looking to the northeast right now, so you can see from the flag in the distance, the 2 flags, the wind is coming out of the north today. So it's a drier wind, less humidity. Let's see what the temperature is here. About 75 or so. Yeah, that's what it looks like. 75, 24 Celsius, something like that. So we should get up to the 80s this afternoon. Now they're pretty quiet over on these colonies, so that tells me that they're just still feeding babies inside the nests, and we did not have any new ones come out early this morning, as opposed to all of this commotion that's going on behind me at the other houses. And that's a strong indication over here that we did have a couple of new families fledged today. In other words, the babies made their first flights today. Also, it's more crowded over here. All right, that boat coming back in from early morning fishing. Hope he was successful. Okay, folks, that's the quick update for this morning, July 16th. Time is now 9:01 Eastern Daylight Time here on Eastern Long Island, New York. One more view of feeding activity going on. You can see the parent birds going into the cavities to feed their little ones inside. And as they get to the point where they try to entice them out onto the porch and make their first flight. Oh, and there's Mr. Woodchuck over there enjoying a meal on the lawn. Let me zoom in on him. Groundhog. Hope you enjoy that clover and lawn and grass there, buddy, or missus. Seagull up above squawking. Okay. Not a cloud in the sky right now. Just absolutely beautiful. Just gorgeous here. Alright folks, we'll be on the air a little later today. I might do a Long Island Railroad video this afternoon. And, oh, one more thing. Here comes Philo the gull. Named Philo. This poor gull is learning how to fly again. Let's see, he's behind the post. He's coming over to see if I have any food for him. He had an injured wing and he's rebuilt it, and he's taking short hops over the lawn these days. And hopefully one of these days that wing will have recuperated and he can make his full-fledged flying again. Cormorants drying their wings over on the dock. Let's see if I can zoom in. So that tells me that cormorant just made a dive underwater for fish, and he's back on the dock now, and he's air drying his wings. See how he's flapping his wings there? That's how they do that. Then he'll get ready for his next meal. Another boat going out fishing. Alright, thanks everybody for joining this morning. Again, I'll be back either this evening or perhaps this afternoon with another broadcast. So take care everybody.